Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Crit Seekers. I'm Mason, your world weaver for the story, and with me as always we have...
Danny, I play Nyx.
Russell, I play Seven.
Rando, who plays Teo.
Cat, who I forgot my own fucking name.
Who am I?
Who plays Nimueh.
Nimueh, who plays Nimueh.
He's already in character.
Who am I? So,
601.
last time in our story, we picked up with you guys preparing to go to a feast that was being held in Tail, the Kobold King's honor, by his little band of kobolds that he had befriended, taken over. I don't know. You did something.
Befriended.
Slave.
Well, yeah, pretty much. So we picked up with you guys kind of preparing for that. You made your way to the now keep castle-like roost of Idris, the bronze dragon who had been poisoned towards the start of your guys' story together and is stuck in their humanoid form. And met with them to kind of discuss what you had learned and what they had learned since your last meeting together, as you had all set out to hopefully find some type of cure or information on this poison that had taken them. During this conversation, it had been revealed to Idris that Seven's siblings and his family had an involvement in that whole process, and you all explained to them about Seven's predicament, where he couldn't speak of any of this without having some type of mental block and damage taking him. Idris offered with Nimueh to perform a restoration ritual that would hopefully remove this mental block, and it proved successful, as when that happened, Seven, all of your memories of your family came back and you were able to recall things and speak of things without having any pain come to you. During this conversation as well, back and forth, you had learned that Nimueh's hometown of Farsolis was for some reason under a blockade or some type of embargo by some group that happened to be there. And through some figuring out on your part and conversations with Idris, it seems that the Salvation, once known as the Vanguard, a group that Tail and Nimueh had traveled with before meeting up with the party, had taken over Farsolis. To what end is unknown. You had all headed back to the Surly Slumber to prepare yourselves for this feast, and in running some errands, Nimueh, you had reached out and made contact with your sister, who up until that point had thought you to be dead. Conversation with her had left you in a bit of a contemplative mood and made it to the point where you didn't really want to go to this party. So you stayed back at the Surly Slumber while the rest of the group went to this party. On the way down to the Kobold Feast, the procession of the Kobold King was interrupted by some creatures that had come out of the water and attacked the group. And a small fight ensued. One of Tail's upper echelon of his Kobold leadership was unfortunately killed. Commander Sniv, the leader of his armed forces, fell during this combat. But the kobolds use this as an opportunity to celebrate his valiant and his death of honor, and you all went in and begun this feast. And towards the end of it, you were all led as a surprise by one of the kobolds to the bat riding chambers, where it was revealed to you that they had crafted you some sort of leather saddles and flight suit apparatus to allow you to fly these bats, as you had requested it the last time you had been in Dead Cairn. As you guys prepared for that, we ended our session with Nimueh reaching out to Zaylin, the leader of the Salvation, and we basically finished with him saying that, basically inviting you back to Farsolis. So we pick up with the rest of the group in the bat riding chambers. You have all had bats led to you basically with these saddles. You've put on these flight suit apparatus and are basically free to ride these bats. So you guys, what are you doing? As Alar's also standing there awkwardly, having taken Nimueh's saddle and riding suit, and kind of just looking at all of you with a really nervous expression on his face, and he's just awkwardly standing there holding the reins of this bat, like side looking at it and looking at all of you and just waiting, basically.
Does Nimueh's flight suit fit Alar?
It's a little snug.
Okay.
We're similarly sized.
He had to like take off his pack that had the dual swords on his back just to kind of, leave room, but
Okay, flying off to victory. Let's go.
I'll let you all take the lead on this one.
Oh, yeah.
He just gives you a look, Nyx, like all right, here we go.
Yeah, I think this is going to be super dangerous.
Oh, no.
I heard that sometimes these guys just buck you off midair.
We'll just teleport back on.
You see his eyes kind of go wide for a second, and he kind of like gulps. All right.
Don't worry.
I'll follow your lead.
Silent Wingin, I can catch you if you happen to fall.
I sure hope that's the case.
But if you fall, don't blame Bat.
And the Bat Rider Marth, the leader of the Bat Riders, steps forward and he goes, "Oh, you can actually strap yourself in." And he kind of like takes Alar's like flight suit and connects it to the little like there's like almost like a set of rings on the saddle that connects small leather straps so that if you are to fall off, you're still held on to the bat. And Alar just says, "Oh, well, that makes me feel a little better. All right." And he starts to crawl onto the bat. Do you guys all mount your bats?
Yeah, obviously.
Phrases
yeah.
in D&D that you'd never think you'd say. Cool.
I do too, but when I get up there, I pull Flicker out
Okay.
from my pocket and I say, "Hey, do you want to fly a little bit?
Are you
can fly
casting
with
Speak
you."
with Animals, or are you just talking to Flicker?
Oh, I forgot. I'll do that. I forgot I could do that.
So Flicker you take Flicker out of your pocket, and there's like a little bat yawn, like, "Meow." Flicker kind of looks up to you, and you say this, and you just get the fly, and like she starts to flutter her wings and kind of takes off and just flies around you, kind of waiting.
Okay.
So as you all climb on to these creatures, you feel kind of a brief bit of surprise as their fur, which appears bristly and rough, is actually fluffy and soft as you climb atop. Securing yourself in these makeshift saddles, you ready yourselves. The bats take a couple steps as they begin to flap their leathery wings, and you feel this burst of air as they lift off the cavern floor and take off towards the circular tunnel near the ceiling. The light of the cavern fades behind you, and your dark vision barely can make out the rough, rocky tunnel passing by you in flashes as the rush of wind begins to pull back your hair behind you. And this goes on for a minute or so, the rush of the wind in this dark expanse, and then you emerge from a hole in the cliffside as a wave crashes against it, splashing a salt, cool mist onto your forms. The moon and the stars hang above as you soar out over the dread ocean. And far off to your right, you can see the glow of the city of Deadcairn. Ships alight on the docks as the evening's work is coming to a close. And that distraction takes you for but a moment as you're brought back to the freedom of the open air. So, you guys fly out over the ocean. Are you just gonna fly around for a little bit? Is there anything you want to do?
Loop-de-loops.
You start doing loop-de-loops?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tail begins to fly loop-de-loops. You all watch him do this, and Alar, flying closely to you, Nyx is just like, "I'm not going to try that.
Come on, live a little.
Nope. This is just fine for me."
I'll do a loop-de-loop.
Okay.
I'll do a loop-de-loop around him.
Okay. So you pull the reins on your bat and fly this loop around Alar, and his bat starts to follow, and he no, and the bat follows you and does a loop-de-loop, and he just well, that was quite invigorating, actually. I don't want to do it again.
You having fun there, Alar?
Yep.
Here, try this move out. There's a talking rabbit once that showed it to me. Then I do a barrel roll.
What? Okay. So Tail in front of you all says that and just starts to like barrel roll, and his bat starts to swoop down to the water, and Tail, your barrel roll comes out as your bat just starts to skid across the water with one of its wings dipping into the cold, and you can feel that spray of mist just coming up over your face as your hair blows back.
I wish I could listen to that song right now without it being copyrighted.
I wish Nimueh could see these or do these.
I wish she was the one doing this instead of me.
Oh, you're having fun, Aylar. Don't lie.
And his bat starts to dive down to follow yours, and Nick's kind of flying next to him. You can see he's like white-knuckled, holding the saddle, just stiff, staring ahead as his bat starts to do the same, and he just starts to get splashed with that cold water, and he's like, it's refreshing.
He's that kind of bitch that like when you're driving like a little bit over the speed limit, they like put their foot into the floor to like brake.
You're talking about me.
Ooh, called out.
You'd think Alar, being, a master rogue and master keeper, would not be afraid of this, but heights are not his thing.
So if this is How to Train Your Dragon, and Hiccup is tail, is Aylar my Astrid?
Yeah.
And I'm showing him how to fly. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. That's
Great.
an image I have.
That's canon.
All right, well, so you all continue this freedom, this flight in the air with your bats, as you can see the stars up above glinting off of the ocean, so you can see the waves kind of crashing into each other. How long do you guys stay out? Do you want to fly for a little while? What would you like to do now?
I told Meepo that I wanted to see him to gather some of the kobolds, right? Did he say when that would be happening?
Yeah, he said he would gather them while you were out flying, basically.
Okay. Then after we fly for a bit, I might just start to head back. Just
Okay. Tail turns and starts to head back, and Alar immediately turns and starts following him back towards the cliffside that you had come out of.
I'll follow suit too.
Okay.
Is
So you-
Seven just holding out his wings like he's flying?
I don't know, is he?
No.
Yeah,
Seven's not like other Kanku.
I know, he's a fake Kenku.
He's a faku. So you all make your way back, and you can see there's that kind of brief moment of fear as you approach the cave going pretty fast, or the cavern, the cliffside wall, and you're flying at it pretty fast. And there's that brief moment where you're like, we're going to crash into the cliffside. And then the bats fold their wings in just a little bit, and you fly into the holes that they flew out of. And again, that darkness takes you for just a minute or so as you fly through. And then they emerge from that hole in the ceiling and back down into the bat riding caverns as they land on the ground. And some of the kobolds run up and grab the reins as you hop down and unclip yourselves from the harness straps.
Oh, great job, Silent Tungi. You're the best flying bat ever.
It just turns and looks at you and then goes down and starts cleaning its wings and stuff, basically.
Okay.
I'll
So-
cast Speak with the Animals again, because I assume it's been more than 10 minutes.
Sure.
I'll go up to my bat, not Flicker, the one I was
Yeah.
just riding, and I'll find Flicker. Is Flicker around?
Yeah, Flicker had been just gliding beside you the whole time, doing her own loop-de-loops and just loving the freedom of being out in the open air flying, and flies in with you and kind of lands on your shoulder and begins cleaning her wings as well.
Okay, I'll go up to the bat and I'll be like, "Hi, Mr. Rat. I just wanted to introduce you to my little bat friend, Flicker. Do you have a name, or
It,
do you care?"
It looks towards you and sees Flicker, and its head does the kind of tilt, and then it opens its mouth and starts to move towards Flicker, and the kobold holding it pulls it back,
No,
and it
he's not
just
food.
it doesn't answer you, and it just starts cleaning itself again.
Okay, we'll work on that. Good job, Flicker.
Is Meepo here? Where'd Meepo?
Meepo's not here, but Batmaster Marth is, and he walks up to you and goes,
Oh, great king.
Yeah.
Now, Meepo has gone and gathered some of the kobolds in the great hall for your whatever your speech you are wanting to make.
Oh, okay, cool. It's not speech, it's magic. So I go over.
"Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got you."
I
Forgot
already
about that.
gave a great speech. Kind of.
Batmaster Marth helps direct the lead, and you can see there's a great deal more of organization than the last time you were in this cavern, where it was all just none of them knew what they were doing. Even the bat riders didn't even know how to tame the bats. There's a lot more skill and organization that has been put into play by the last time you were here. Tails' words that were requested of his underlings. So you take off the flight suits, and they're stored back on this little like alcove of like this old broken down shelf that looks like it's been scavenged from somewhere and hung on those. And you begin to make your way back to the Great Hall. And as you enter in, you can see that there's still a great deal of the like feast party happening. There's like that dance party that's still going on, but the kobolds that are still on the floor are like piss drunk. Like their dancing looks like a club at like 2 a.m. when people are just to that point where their dancing
Peaking.
is, yeah. And these kobolds are just like clinking more mugs of ale and wine and just continue drinking. But over towards your throne, Meepo has gathered a small group of kobolds. And as you approach, he goes,
Oh, great king, you are back. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Are these the kobolds that you say are quite cool?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is there like training room you have?
Not
Or room with
yet.
open space?
Not a lot of open space in the ground.
Oh, okay. Then let's go over here. Then I'll just try and find like...
like a corner
Yeah.
that's a little more open.
Yeah.
Okay. So they follow, and you can see all the kobolds that are there kind of like shy. Some of them had been drinking in the party and are like wobbling a little bit as they're standing there watching you, and like their friends have to stable them and like hold on to them.
Okay, so the reason why I had you gathered here was to see if you can cast magic. So the thing that helped me cast magic is the feeling of it, you know? I don't know too much about it, but it's just a feeling that I get and I'm able to do it. And so here I'll try to get you all, see if you are accustomed to magic or thing like that. See if you can get the feeling for it.
Then I'm gonna pick 2 at a time and twin spell Dragon Breath on them. Then we're like, all right. So now that I have given you power to breathe dragon lightning, breathe into that corner over there and remember that feeling. Then if I take that power away, try to see if you can remember that feeling and try to cast it too.
Okay, so 2 of the ones that you pull over, one of them's like holding up the other as the other one's kind of rocking, and he takes his hands away and the other one steadies himself for the moment. And you tell him to do this and they kind of look at each other and then look at you, and the one that was steadying his friend like takes a breath in, and then this burst of fire shoots out and his eyes go wide and the dancing and stuff behind you stop. And all of the kobolds turn to look into the corner, and the one that was kind of wobbles for a second, and then he goes, and there's like this burst of fire into the wall as it almost hits one of the other kobolds watching, who's like, and like skitters away basically.
What color are these kobolds?
This whole tribe of kobolds is like that dark, almost terracotta skin like yours, but it has a little bit more of a darker tinge to it, like earthy terracotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, good job. Now do it one more time so you can remember. Then I shall take away the magic power that I gave you. See if you can do it yourself.
So the one who went first has a little bit more confidence this time and just like blows a thing of fire and gets really excited. And the other one kind of wobbles again and blows fire, but it like blows him back onto his ass and he like falls on the ground and he's like, wow.
I know, cool, right? Then I pick him up. I like stand him up.
Okay.
All right. Then I take away the Dragon Breath. And my concentration on it. Then I'm like, okay.
Try and see if you can remember feeling and do it again.
Okay. So the first one who had kind of been getting the hang of it, like focuses for a second on that feeling and like opens his eyes and goes to breathe fire again, but fire doesn't come out. And he gets a little disheartened for a second. And he kind of straightens himself up and closes his eyes, and you can see him kind of reach out with his hand this time. And there's a bolt of fire that shoots out of his hand. And he kind of looks at his hand in shock and then back up at you.
Oh, great job.
The drunker one sees him do this and like puts out his hand and nothing happens. And then he just like keeps trying and like tries to blow fire again. And there's like and he vomits onto the ground and falls over.
Okay. Well, great job to you, Mr. Kobold. What is your name?
Oh, I wasn't given a name.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
I was
So-
just born 3 days ago.
Oh, wow. You are quite amazing. So,
Oh,
so I shall give you your name. You know, you are first natural, I guess, at magic using in these kobolds. Let's see, what should I name you? Oh, I know. Here, you can take part of my name. So my full name is Taylin, but I go by Dale, so you can go by Lin.
oh, I like that name.
Lin the kobold, and you are magic user, so we shall first see to see if others can cast magic, then I will see who is magic master.
All right.
All right, Lin, so if you can step over there.
So Lynn steps over, and then you take a few minutes, or not a few minutes, a little while to test some of the others, and there are a couple of them who kind of pick it up. Some of them you can tell have that spark of arcane within them, but haven't quite picked it up. But there are a couple out of the group that seem to have some type of inert magical properties to them.
Okay, who was I most impressed with?
Lynn,
Lin. All right, Lin. Look like you are, since you are pretty young, you can probably learn the best. So I shall write up a training regimen for the magic master.
another one.
And yeah,
The Magic Master.
he is magic master Lin.
Oh, okay. That sounds good to me.
Oh yeah. So I shall write one up for you, then give it to
Magic
you
Master
later.
Lind.
Yeah,
I like
then
it.
You shall train with using what I give you. Then once you get hang of it, you train others too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Okay, good. So Meepo, we have a new division, one that focus on magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Once you can do things like me, like let other feel the power of magic, then you can use that to determine if the new kobolds also can learn magic, So
Yes.
then you can do that all without me.
Yeah. We will do this for you, my king.
Alrighty, good. Now that's all I had to do here.
All right. So, yeah, Alar's kind of been standing back with the rest of you watching, and he just sidles up to you, Nix, and just says, "So, how much longer are we? What do we do now? I'm not going to dance in that." You can see the like mosh pit circle, and there's like puke on the floor, and you'll see like a kobold puke, and then grab another mug of ale and continue to drink, almost like they think that they're throwing up their ale and they need to get it back into them.
Well,
Well,
not wrong.
I think we're wrapping up here. I'm not going to go dance with them.
All
But
right.
they certainly look like they're having fun. So I think the feast
do.
was a success. Even if it had a rocky start.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, continue.
No, that's it. I mean,
Okay. I was going to give Lynn one of the mini chakrams that Tick Tick had.
okay.
Then go, all right, Lynn. So this will do with the magic training regimen I give you. You have to, focus on this chakram too, because it will help you. That's what I do. That's how I fight, And use
Kind of
I
picks it up and looks at his hand and goes,
Oh, okay. I'll figure it out.
don't worry, I will write perfect instructions for you. But
Oh
here you go.
If you don't write those out, I'm gonna be
you like,
pissed.
you step away and he's like a kid with a toy and it's like slashing the air and stabbing with it. And excited. All right. So is there anything else you guys want to do here in the kobold lair, and while this, just let the party go on, or?
So what are you? Are you guys feeling okay? Did you want to go back up to sleep at tavern?
Yeah, we should go see how Nimueh is doing.
Okay, I shall just let.
Are
my-
these bats ours? Like, we can take these?
I don't know. I think yours might have been rentals.
No, when you had come in here, they had explained to you that they had specifically had these bats trained up for you guys.
Okay.
I mean, never mind. They are not rentals. They are ours.
Okay.
So
You had asked the last time you were here for specifically bats trained for you next time you came.
I forgot about that.
Being a king.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he mentioned it when we.
Well, I will
when we asked.
just let them know that we are going to get going. But I guess since our bats are ours, we can use them sometime. But
Yeah, should we leave them here
I
for
think
now?
Yeah, because they take care of them.
Okay,
here.
yeah.
I don't
We'll
know
come
how
back
to
before we
properly
leave.
Take care of them.
Okay.
But anyway, Meepo.
Hey,
Meepo?
yes.
Oh, so we are going to get going to start fast now.
Oh,
Just
okay,
let
my
you
king.
know. Yeah, and here is 20 more gold for you and the kobold.
You put it down, and all of their eyes just go completely wide. And some of them like rush for it, and Meepo like holds up a hand and stops and goes, "No!"
This is for food.
And all of them just kind of and like
Here
walk
you
back
go.
away.
Here, I start flicking some copper coins at.
Oh god, they all scramble and start to pick them up.
All right, there you go. You can use that for whatever, but use that gold for survival, food, things like that.
Okay.
Oh, and also make sure you can get new shield for new commander. I trust you, Meepo, in selecting new commander to replace Neve.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, sound good.
Trust that guy.
Well, have good night.
Thank you, guys.
And he picks up a mug of ale off the table and says, "To the king!" And everybody cheers. Some of them like cheers and fall over into the puddle of their own puke. And it's just the end of a raucous evening.
Goodbye, kobold.
All of them cheer and like when you walk past all of them, like give you like a drunken bow of like, make a couple little squeaks. You can't make out a lot of their words. They're very inebriated. So you make your way back through the tunnels and back out into that open cavern underneath the Temple of Varuna, where the underground lake is. And you can see that the battle has all been like cleaned up by some of the other kobold underlings, and the priests from the temple are no longer down here, but looking up into the open cavern, you can see floating there that huge island that the Temple of Varuna now floats on, and with the stars just past it up above. And you begin to make your way up that winding staircase that wraps around the edge of this cavern up to the source district within Deadcairn. And you make your way through the source district into the bazaar area. And at that point, Alar looks to all of you and just says, "Well, that was one for the books, for sure. Can say I've never experienced anything like that in all of my years, so thank you for that experience. I think it's time for me to turn in, unless you all needed anything else. I'm quite tired after that flight."
Fair enough. Well, thank you for coming. And I'm sure if we are gone and you want to ride back, they will be there for you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, you never know. You might
He
come around.
Gives you a slight look, Nix, and just like a shake of his head.
But thank you for coming, I'm glad you had fun. Thank you for fighting down there to help protect my kobold friends.
Well, of course, they are citizens of this city now, so it is my duty.
Oh, I'm glad.
He gives you all a slight bow and takes off towards the Lavender District and toward his home. So you all jubilee make your way back to the Surly Slumber, not too far from your location that you're in now. And you walk in the door and you can see, I believe, still seated at a table.
No.
No? Where did you end up going, Nimueh?
After I scrubbed the black dye out of my hair and sent that message to Zaylin, I went to bed.
Okay. So you all walk in the tavern, and Nimueh is not there, and you can see Brilda just finishing closing up. And as you walk in, she goes, "Oh, you're all back. Great. I'm going to lock up if that's all right." She kind of comes towards the door and gives it a little lock, puts a latch down, and says, "Well, Nimueh went to bed already, but how was it? How was the evening?"
It was exciting, that's for
Was-
sure.
Yeah, there is a lot of different feelings there.
They've got blood stains.
She gives you a weird glance, but it almost seems normal for you all, so she doesn't think anything past it.
Yes, overall uneventful.
Oh, well, that's good.
Same as usual.
Well, I think I'm going to turn in myself.
Okay, have a good night.
You all as well.
Yeah.
She gives you all a nod and takes off towards her room. And you all retire for the evening to your rooms. Okay.
Pretty much the only thing I'm gonna do is just write down that training resume for the magic
'Kay.
users.
Sounds good. All right. So you all sleep off the night of fighting and reverie and just a bunch of mixed emotions. It's kind of one of those nights where it's hard to go to bed because your mind is just trying to like process everything that happens, but eventually sleep takes you all and you sleep through the night. As you all go to bed for that evening. 7.
I was like, I can already feel it coming.
As sleep does take you, you almost have that thought as your brain drifts off to sleep of, here we go again. And you wake up in your dream in a familiar forest. In this forest, there's a dense fog that now floats around the ground. And the lighting is almost as if the sky is covered in clouds, and it's just eerie and dark. And you glance around in a circle around you, and as your gaze turns, you rest upon your brother, seated in like a chair made of wood that's like fancy, that he's basically showing off with, essentially. And he's laid sideways in it with what looks to be like this golden goblet of something. And he just swirls it a little bit and staring up at the sky and doesn't look at you as he says, brother. I gave you a chance.
Yes, you did.
And it seems that Mother has found out about what you've been up to.
Is that so?
Well, she does know all. You know this. And his gaze now rests on you as he takes a long, over-exaggerated swig of his wine. So, what do you have to say for yourself?
I really don't have to say much, do I? My actions have spoken for themselves, have they not?
That they have. And he swings his legs over the edge and stands up and kind of straightens his clothes and just says, you know this means war, don't you?
Oh, of course. Did you think we were going to have friendly banter after all these years?
I had hoped. The foreplay is one of my favorite aspects of it, but some aren't for that, so I guess we'll just skip around it.
Sure. Of course. Yes, of course. Whatever you desire.
Well, it seems to not be what I desire anymore, because I desired you by my side in all of this, and again, for the second time, you have forsaken me and your family, but I guess it was to be expected. After all, you are the greedy one.
Well, if you want to be by my side, why don't you turn into a Kenku yourself?
Always with the jokes with you.
I do what I can.
We'll be seeing each other, sooner or later.
Then you best be prepared.
And he kind of steps towards you and steps up to you and just says, well then, let the games begin. And he reaches out a hand and touches your forehead, and you shoot awake in your bed in like this cold sweat, breathing really heavy. But you are in your room in this early slumber.
Motherfucker. Cool, I'll try to go back to bed.
It's difficult, but eventually sleep does take you as you feel a bit of exhaustion from the evening and now this. Morning finds the rest of you. And you awake in your rooms in this early slumber, well rested. What would you like to do with your day?
When I get up in the morning, I do my hair like how I used to. I put back on my dress, and I put back on my breastplate. And I leave the mithril armor in the bag.
Okay. make sure you mark that for your AC.
My AC is totally the same either way.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
18 both ways.
Well, then it's just an aesthetic choice, I guess.
It's absolutely an aesthetic choice.
True. So, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go to Nimueh's room.
Okay.
Nimueh,
Yes, Tail?
you awake?
Yes, I'm awake.
Can I come in?
Yes, I suppose.
Okay. Oh, so you feeling okay?
So you open the door and you see her now with her blonde hair again and her nice dress and breastplate.
Did you do your makeup today? How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I'm fine. We should talk with the rest of the group though.
Yeah, I just also wanted to let you know that there's a new temple of Aruna. If you wanted to stop by there really quick.
Is there really?
Yeah, and it like cool, it floating in overhaul somehow.
That
magic.
seems dangerous, but if it falls, then they just have the same problem.
Well, I mean, it's floating now, so if it falls, it stay floating, right?
Physics.
Science.
Magic physics.
Okay, let's go downstairs and talk with the
Yeah.
others.
Okay. So you two make your way down to the tavern. Are you Seven and
Yeah.
Nyx also making your way down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all arrive about the same time, and you can see Brilda kind of setting up the bar for the morning, and she goes, "Oh, you're all awake a bit earlier than I thought. I wasn't able to put breakfast out for you all.
don't worry about
would,
it.
Would you like me to get some started for you?"
Oh, sure.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we're
Very
gonna
well.
chat for a second.
Okay.
Anyway.
And she puts down the glasses and stuff she was shining and puts on an apron and steps back into the kitchen. So,
So, what the plan?
We need to get to Farsolis.
Oh, yeah, of course. How we get there?
I do believe that the quickest possible way would be to attempt to charter a boat from the Gates of Respite up to Farsolis.
Would that be easy to get a boat?
I don't think it would be.
Well, I wonder how. Oh, man, we've got a lot of. A lot has happened since we last talked.
Since
Last night.
since
yeah.
like 8 p.m. last night.
Mhm. But, Tail, do you want to tell her?
Oh, yeah. Which part?
Well, I was thinking the bats, but
What about the bats?
Oh, we rode giant bats everywhere.
You fucking what?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Aylar went and took your flight suit and your bat, and he had a lot of fun. But it was really cool. We went spiraling around sky. We went dipping into water. We did other things like fly more.
Yes, apparently Flicker is the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
well, my point is with that. I mean, super cool that they did that for us, but we could also take those.
Would that be faster than like horses or like how?
I mean, I
The
don't
thing
know
is
how
is
fast they can
That
travel.
I think that no matter what, transporting to somewhere closer, whether that be Whitehorn or Midcross, would be the fastest way to get there. It's just beyond that.
Yeah,
What would
I,
be the
I don't
fastest?
know how far they can fly every day, you know.
Well, I mean, we could find out, but that might make traveling a bit easier.
That's one avenue for sure that we could.
Where
Because,
would
yeah, we
spell-
don't have to stick to the roads. We can.
where would we keep them? If we got to a Farsolis on our bat, we can't keep them out on next to tree like regular horses.
We could bring Meepo with us.
I don't want to endanger Meepo. We already lost
That's
one
fair.
of the kobold friend.
Okay. Well, it's an option.
That's true.
The other thing that we could do is have Cloud take us to Midcross and then buy horses from there and then ride up to Farsolis.
Do you remember how long that would take?
would I know how long that would take?
From
Yeah.
horses from Midcross to Farsolis, walking, it's about a 3.5 week travel to Farsolis. If you were on horses, it would depend on how fast you ride, but it would, definitely be quicker. You could make it in, 2 weeks if you were just riding at like a normal pace and not, because at that point, where you guys rode to go find Nimueh, a day's hard riding for a horse is, they're built for that, but weeks of hard riding like that every day, you'd probably end up, causing the death of those horses.
So what if we went like more like an in-between pace, like
Probably about 2 weeks then.
2 weeks? Okay, so what do
like
I think that
almost in
the
half.
likelihood is that we could charter a boat from the gates of Respite?
The last time you were there, it was just a little dock. So you know that there are ships there, but I mean, having a captain that would A, be willing to take your whole crew on, and B, be willing to, because you can imagine that most of the sailing ships would have some knowledge of Farsolis being blockaded, just with talk going around different sailors and stuff like that. So the other problem would be finding a captain who'd be willing to take that risk. I mean, you're not sure. You'd have to be there to ask people at the docks, essentially.
Just to clarify, do we know? Did you tell us? Like, how much do we know about what's happening in Farsolis?
You
Well,
had
you were
all
all
been there
present
when
for
yeah,
the conversation.
no, she does. None of you know about that, but
I
Idris.
do not say anything about that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to know. I don't want a metagame.
Well, I could try to send a message to somebody at the gates of Respite and have them try to get us a boat that will take us once we can get there.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, if we could talk to somebody ahead
Is
of
there
time.
like teleportation circle in Farsolis that someone could tell someone we know how to teleport?
There may be one in Farsolis, but it's not something that you would have ever dealt with. So even if you knew there was one, you'd have to have the code to use it.
Well,
Yeah.
we could see what Cloud. At the very least, we could get up to. I would think we could get
Midcross.
back to Midcross.
Yeah.
Yes, we could definitely get back to Midcross. I think that we should try to do the boat thing first, and if that doesn't work out, I think the quickest way would be riding from Midcross.
Yeah, send a message, then give it like until end of night, end of day or something.
We could also try to talk to Cloud and see if he can transport us somewhere other than Bartholomew's Tower in
yeah, somewhere
Midcross. If we could get
closer.
even closer, like Vlagos or Nilbrum.
Maybe.
Nilbrum would be great.
Yeah, and maybe Barty knows how to as well.
True. It wouldn't hurt to ask. Okay, I'm gonna fucking send a couple messages.
Okay.
First message is to. I'm gonna say Cloud first. Hi, Cloud. It's Nimueh. We were wondering. There's kind of an emergency. Would it be possible to ask you to teleport us somewhere nearby Farsolis in the wilds?
You get
Oh.
nearby Farsolis, and
Oh,
that
okay.
is, which gets your point across. There's a moment, and then Cloud responds, says, "Oh, hello, Nimueh. I don't quite have that capability, but if I do recall, Bartholomew was working on some type of transportation outside of the circles."
Okay, so it seems like Bartholomew might have a way to do transportation outside of teleportation circles.
Oh,
So it looks like we're heading to Midcross regardless.
Cross.
But let me send a message to Bartholomew.
Okay.
I sent a message to Bartholomew.
Okay.
Hi, Bartholomew. It's Nimueh. I'm kind of having a family emergency. Is there any possible way to transport us to Farsolis or nearby?
Just that.
I don't know how many words I have.
That was close.
Can somebody start counting for me?
Sorry. I was, and then I
did
figured you
last
knew
time,
what
and
you
then
were
I
saying.
forgot.
Yeah. So he responds. He goes, "Hello, I am Bartholomew. Or this is Bartholomew. It's something I've been working on. I couldn't do it today, but possibly tomorrow. It would cost me a bit."
Okay, so he says that he could possibly do it tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So then we
Possibly.
just have to get to mid-cross.
Yeah.
So we just have to talk to Cloud and get to mid-cross.
Okay.
Okay, great. We don't have to fuck around with the boat at all. That's...
All right, well, let's go do that. Then anything that we need to do here before we go?
I mean, maybe. I mean, Farsolis is coastal, so I assume it's not terribly. We're still we're towards the end of summer, right? Like we don't have to.
It's like really far north.
Yeah.
Farsolis. So it's probably kind of cold there.
Well, with my knowledge of the Savage Peaks, would I think that we have to like stock up on like winter supplies?
Yeah, with it being getting towards fall here in the southern bit of Feldspire, going up there, it's going to be cold. You're probably going to run into the beginnings of snowfall.
Well, maybe we should get some better clothes for this kind of journey while we have a day here, you know?
Yeah, we can probably find some winter clothes here.
We could also probably find something in Mid-Cross as well.
That might be better since this is Dead Cairn.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
very
really know
like
winter.
southern coastal. Yeah, I'm sure they have like summer all
Tank
year
I'm sure there are
round. Yeah.
there are merchants,
Short.
traveling
Flip-flops.
merchants in Mid-Cross.
I need to buy some more rations as well,
Why?
just in case, you know.
Okay. You know, the other thing too that maybe we should address before we leave, just you know, because you still have my locket, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we should like destroy it or I don't know. I just don't. If we're going to Farsolis, I mean, if it's in the bag or at the haversack, there's no way that they can see what we're doing, right?
I don't think so. Nimueh, you know more about that type of thing than I do. Can they do that?
I haven't picked my spells for the day yet. Sorry.
Okay.
I was going to do that and then I forgot.
You're good.
I can cast Dispel a Magic on it
Oh,
and just totally get rid of the enchantment. I think.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I haven't picked my spells for the day yet, and I need to do that. So
Well, if it's not, you know, if you can, if it's convenient.
yeah, it's not a
All right.
problem. If
Okay,
you'll allow me
then,
to
yeah.
do that, DM, because I forgot.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything you all want to talk about while she is preparing her spells?
It takes me 1 minute a spell.
Not really anything to talk about. I just want to ask Brilda if she can give my. Actually, I can do that myself. Never mind.
At this point, Brilda starts bringing out your breakfast foods and goes,
Okay, so we've got some raw meat here.
didn't have to do much cooking there. Sets it down in front of Tail and the rest. And she puts down like a plate of potatoes and some fruit. It was kind of a quick throw together. So it's like just some quick breakfast stuff. There's like an oatmeal slop, like a bowl of like oatmeal that's set on the table. That's a little runny, but
So, anything that you all wanted to do here before we go?
Well, I would like to say goodbye to Alar,
Oh, yeah.
and maybe I don't know, but we're for sure going to leave the bats here. Should we try to sell our horses, or should we just make sure we remember them next time we're here?
We can give them to the kobold.
Do you think that we could take them with us so we don't have to buy more?
Can we teleport ourselves?
I don't know.
I don't
Let's
know.
just bring them and see.
maybe we should stop by Cloud and ask first, rather than just bring horse into his shop.
Yeah, that's probably more polite.
But, Seban, how you feeling?
Barty said that it's going to cost quite some resources to possibly teleport us, right? Shouldn't we try to find out what resources he would need for
Well,
us to do so?
I believe what he meant by that is, it's, every time you cast a spell, it takes a little bit out of you. You all know this.
Yes, yes.
I think it means that it costs quite a bit of energy.
Oh, okay.
Out
well,
of
in
game,
that
it costs
case-
it's the 7th level spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, in that case, then no. I think we can just head over to Midcross whenever we're all ready. I don't really have any business here.
All right,
You're
I've
not
prepared my spells.
feeling any pain from yesterday speaking?
No. I'm
That's
perfectly
good.
fine.
Not feeling crazy or anything?
I'm sorry?
Not feeling crazy?
No, not at all.
Or, power hungry?
Are you trying to get at something?
Get at what? I just asked you question.
No, I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
I do have the ability to scry now as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Is there anybody that you think we should try to use it on?
I mean, I can think of a few.
Same.
But I don't know how pressing it is.
Yeah, it can wait.
Yeah,
don't know
it is a
what-
pretty high level spell for
No, I
the
know
beginning of the
what
day.
to do.
But I was just asking because with Dispel Magic, I can cast it using more energy and that makes it more likely to work. So if I cast it at a higher level, I'm pretty sure that that's the spell on your locket's probably pretty high level. If I use a higher level spell slot to try to get rid of it, it makes it so that way I don't have to roll for it if it's the same like spell slot level. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking because if I use more energy to dispel it, it is more likely to work. But
Well, that's up to you. Like, I think, of course, I would appreciate that. But if there's somebody you wanted to scry on today, then I mean, I'm sure I hope it's okay in the haversack. But I just, the more we travel, I don't want to potentially put us in more danger because
Yeah.
we don't quite understand how it works,
We can hide in a room and do it so they don't. So if we take it out, they won't know where we are. Just know we in the room.
There is something I could try. I don't know. I don't know if it will work. But,
What is it?
well, it's just something that, I thought it was Bardvar at the time. But whoever gave me that locket, they told me that how I could open it.
Huh.
And so maybe if I could get what's inside, then we can just throw it into the ocean.
well,
okay.
it doesn't cost me that much energy to dispel it, so we can try that first if you like, instead of going as far as throwing
Okay.
it into the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then that way you can keep it.
Yeah,
if you
and
want.
you can also open it without the person knowing.
That is a really good point.
Okay, so let's go upstairs and do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish
Okay.
breakfast and
So you finish up the food on the table as much as your bodies are willing to eat with the impending thoughts on your mind and make your way back up to the rooms as Brilda comes out and begins to clear the table.
So, is everyone ready? Can I pull
Get
the
out.
locket out?
yeah, if there's like curtains on the window, I'll shut the curtains so that if somebody is scrying on us, they can't necessarily discern where we are.
We can do it under the bed.
I mean, I think this room is I mean, in rooms typically all look pretty similar,
That's
don't they?
kind of crazy. That spell's got 120-foot range. Isn't that wild?
Scry? Or
No,
detect
spell
mag-
magic.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know that. Anywho's, just take it out. It's fine.
okay.
Okay.
Gonna get rid of the enchantment in a second
Well,
anyway.
I take it out.
You pull the curtains, and there's like a puff of dust that like falls off of them. But yeah, close the curtains. The room darkens a little bit. You pull out the locket from the bag of holding, hand it to Nimueh.
All right, I cast a spell magic on it, and I'm going to do it at 4th level.
Okay, I need you to roll.
That's what I thought. Oh,
It's an Arcana check.
that's a natural 20. Wow. Also, I'm pretty sure you add your spellcasting modifier to dispel magic.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
So 25.
Okay. So you hand Nimueh this locket, and as you hand it over, there's that moment of hesitation as she takes it from your hand, and you let the chain go. And Nimueh, you take it and hold it out in front of you, and kind of close your eyes and focus for a minute, and reach for that divine magic, and you can feel that warmth start to grow in the symbol around your neck, and also.
I'm not wearing the symbol anymore.
Oh. Okay.
I just use the one carved into the back of my hand now.
Okay, so you feel the warmth start to grow within the scar on your hand, and it's more of a burn than a warmth, as you feel the like gathering of this divine energy in your hand instead of within, a symbol around your neck, and there's a surge, and you feel that divine energy pass into the locket, and there's a moment as you sense the energy around that sigil start to crumble and break and fade. And the symbol, almost like the edges of this scrying symbol on the locket, kind of start to show cracks and places where it almost like paint starts to peel off. There's pieces of it still on the locket, but a complete formed sigil no longer exists on this locket.
Did it work?
I believe it did. I'm fairly certain it's gone. The enchantment's gone.
Really?
I'm 99% certain that it worked. The only reason I say not 100% is because who knows what kind of crazy magic.
Can you do a detect magic now? And see?
I don't have that spell. Wait, maybe. Hold on. I do have that spell prepared.
Well, I mean, is that going? Are you?
It's fine. It's a first level spell, and I can cast it ritually.
Oh,
So I'll sit down, do the 11 minutes, cast detect magic.
Okay. So again, you sit down this time, and again, you feel that divine energy start to build in your hand, and every time you cast a spell, that burn starts to register less and less on your senses and starts to feel a bit more normal. And again, the energy surges and passes and kind of reaches out into the area around you, and you see the normal like auras from the items that you all carry, but there's no aura that comes from the locket.
And I got one before, right?
You did.
Okay. There's no magical aura. Nothing.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's
If you wanted to
cool.
open it now,
Yeah.
or leave it,
I mean, we could. I don't
or wear it, or whatever.
think I want to wear it. I don't want to open it if I don't need to.
I do understand the sort of fixation that comes with wearing a necklace.
Does
but-
the way that the person told you how to open it give hint on who it might have been?
What do you mean?
I don't know if the magic words are in certain language or certain type of school of magic.
I mean, it's just a phrase. I don't want to say it because
that's
if I
fair.
say it, it could open it.
I mean,
That's fair.
if you don't want to tell us, that's fine. But
Well, I
It
just
might
don't want
be
to
a
say
good-
it out loud.
if you want to write it down,
Yeah.
And we could, maybe talk about it, see if it comes up somewhere.
Because
We can keep our eyes out for
They
it.
might be connected.
Well, maybe here. Just put it back in the haversack for now.
Okay. I put it in the haversack.
Was it like covered in blood and guts and shit when it came out of there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Everything stays separate in the haversack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. She told me to say the longest wait has ended.
The long night is ended.
Longest.
Oh,
The
no,
longest-
I was just quoting Game of Thrones.
We don't talk about that here.
Oh, sorry.
The longest
never
night has
existed.
ended.
What's that?
The
Said that never
longest
existed.
wait
Oh,
has ended.
The
right?
longest wait has ended.
The longest wait has
Is
ended.
that phrase familiar to any of us at all?
I mean,
Just
I don't
sounds like
think
a
it's.
phrase.
I don't.
Doesn't really like reference. Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, there could be deeper meaning to that, but I didn't.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know who that might have been, but here you go. Here's the locket back.
Thank you. I'll put it around my neck.
Okay. As you do, there's kind of that feeling of apprehension for a moment, and then also comfortability that, you put it on and kind of clutch it for a second. And, yeah.
So, Nimueh, did you want to go to the temple today before we go to Cloud to teleport, or?
I don't really know what I do there. I mean, I'm happy that it's back up and running,
That's fair.
but my connection to Varuna is not really dependent on a temple.
Oh, that's fair. I just didn't know if they would know more about the thing, the title that Varuna called us. I don't know too much about our names.
I guess I hadn't really given it that much thought with everything else going on.
But I mean, if not, then that's okay. I just had to stop by there really quick and give the kobold something. When did we want to go to Clouds to teleport over?
Well, honestly, for me, the sooner the better.
Okay, then I shall just go do this quick one thing. Nix, if you wanted to say goodbye to Aylar, we can
Yeah.
just meet at Clouds as soon as we can.
Okay. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
All right.
No one else had anywhere to go? Okay, that. I'll see you all soon.
Okay. Split the party.
Okay. So you all part ways. So you're going to the kobolds.
Yep.
You're going to say goodbye to Alar. Are you two staying in the tavern, or are you headed straight to Clouds just to wait for everybody?
Might as well head straight to Clouds.
Yeah, we'll just go to Clouds.
Okay. Okay, so you all make your way back down to the tavern, and Brilla has finished cleaning up the table, and you can see she's like just wiping down all the other tables. There's a few patrons that have made their way in or down from their rooms that are down in the tavern like bar area itself. And she sees you all and gives a once over and like sees you all packed up, and she says, "Oh,
Bye, Buddha.
you're leaving so soon.
Yeah, there's
Well.
emergency.
I understand, but it's been really good to see you all. Please stay safe.
We'll keep sending you letters. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'll make sure to get DT's Tavern all up and going for next time you come here.
yeah.
Okay. Do you need anything? Do we?
Did we already give her some gold?
Yeah,
or...
you
okay,
did. I think you've given me everything at the moment.
All right. Well, if
Did you not want to check out the tavern before you leave?
Did you already do stuff to it?
Well, no, I just know where it is.
Oh, well, we've been there. Right?
Yeah. I mean, we can always come back and check it out when things are all up and going, you know?
Hopefully we won't be gone for too long.
All right, well, if you say so.
And if you need anything, maybe, maybe we can check in on you. But also, if you could always talk to Alar. I talk with him pretty frequently. So
He's the elven man that has been in here a few times. I can speak with him, yes.
Yeah, if something comes up, you know.
All right.
All right.
Well, good luck. She comes over and gives you all a hug.
Aw.
Nyx, it's like a normal hug. Everyone else, it's like a waist hug.
Aw.
She says, well,
We will miss you.
it really was good to see you all, and I'll miss you dearly, but I'll see you all again. Just stay safe for me.
Yeah, you
We'll
stay
try.
safe too.
Well, it's the work that's going to get me going, but I'll be fine.
And yeah, I'm sure some of the kobolds can make great servers.
Right, I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah.
She looks at
Don't work too hard. Hire other people to do that shit.
I'm working on it.
Hire the kobolds to do that.
I've got a lead on a bartender right now, so we'll see if it
Oh.
pans out.
Oh, what's their name?
I don't know, they haven't come in for the interview yet. Some friends of friends who said someone was looking for a job.
Oh, cool.
Great.
Hopefully it's no one too crazy.
There's probably somebody really crazy.
If it was, it would match you all quite perfectly.
That's what I was thinking.
Depends what type of crazy.
Any hoozles.
All right, so she
See ya soon.
gives you all one last look and smile and kind of waves as you go out the door. And you all part ways. So let's do Nyx. You split ways with them and you make your way over to the Lavender District and towards Alar's house.
Okay. Okay, I'm a dipshit and I didn't write this down and I don't remember. The second time we talked about the Blood Oath thing, did I give him that book? I don't think
No.
I did.
You did not.
I told him about
You
the book.
told him a little. No, I don't know if you told him about the book. You told him that you had looked into it and learned a little bit. I don't think you told him about the book.
Okay.
If you did, I forgot, so I'm sorry.
I'll have used the sending stone to see where he is first.
Oh, okay. He's just at home, like preparing himself for
The day.
the day as well.
Okay. Alar.
You knock on the door and he opens it and see he's kind of like fastening the bracers on his arms and please come in. I'm just getting ready for my rounds. He opens the door and you step in. I don't think you've been in Alar's house.
Yeah, we
You
have.
did once. Yeah. Okay.
When I'm pretty sure we broke in.
You did. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, so we're heading to Farsolis to help. Something has come up with Nimueh's family, so we have to go, but...
Alar was there.
Oh, never mind. I didn't say that.
Right.
We're heading out today.
Well, I wish terribly that I could go with you all.
That's okay. I'm glad we got to see you. I didn't anticipate seeing you again so soon.
Me neither, and it has been great. I hope that one day my duties here can be passed on to someone else, and I
Yeah.
can be out there with you all again.
Oh, that's okay.
It was invigorating, and I needed that.
Well, I know Dead Cairn could use you here, so...
Oh, ask him about the horses. Talk to him. Caca.
Well, there's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. Do you remember how I gave you all those things for Phaedra if she were to come back?
Yes,
Do you still have them?
of course.
I just have...
Did you need me to get...
Yeah, if you could. I just kind of have a feeling that we'll cross paths again soon. I just don't imagine... I don't know if she'll be in Dead Cairn, but
Well,
I'd just like to keep it with me.
very well. I'll go and grab them. And he walks up the stairs into his room and comes back a moment later and hands you the same
Thank you.
bundle that you'd given him. He says, well, that makes me all the more upset that I can't come with you. If you think you're going to run into her, I'd imagine that means that you'll also be running into that bird's family. And they didn't seem like the amiable type.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. I'll definitely keep you posted. I know you love my late night sending stone messages.
Maybe not so late, but I do like to hear from you and know what's going on. So please don't stop telling me.
Okay, you know what? I'll try to do it a little bit earlier in the
That
day.
would be wonderful.
I'll try to factor in the time difference too. Oh, actually, it will be better because you'll be behind.
That is true if you're going north.
Well, Oh, also, I just remembered we left our horses outside the city. Do you think that? I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to do. Will you take care of them for us? Because we can't take them with us, I don't
If
think.
that's your worry, I'm sure I can work something out. If anything, I can have them brought to the keeper stables and have them cared for and
Okay,
kept in shape for you for your return.
that would be great. Obviously, I don't know. Here's 10. How much gold should I give you for that?
Really, it's no worries. I have quite the sway in this city, if you don't
Yeah, I
recall.
got those dead Cairn hookups.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say goodbye. But, I found this. Maybe you've already seen it. It was in the Halls of Realization. It's what I was telling you that I learned some new things about blood oaths. But maybe you could gather something from it. I kind of just skimmed through it. And I'll give him that book.
And he takes it and looks at it a little bit and kind of opens the cover and reads what it is. Oh, I've not come across this myself.
Well, I did talk to it was Vel Ilran, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did talk to Vel Ilran, and I didn't steal it. I did think about it, but I asked first, and so he knows. But I assume you being head keeper and all.
Well,
That's fine if you have it.
I'll give it a peruse when I have some time.
Okay,
Thank you for caring.
of course. You don't have to thank me.
It's that kind of awkward moment where he's like holding the book and, well, he just like tosses the book onto one of his side tables and like pulls you in for a hug, which is very not Alar.
I'll
And he
miss you.
just says that. I'll miss you too. Stay safe. And
You
if you
too.
do find Phaedra, give her a good kick in the ass for me, will you?
Yeah, I think I will. But after I give her a hug first, if she lets me. But
Good luck.
you can message me sometimes too.
I
If you want to,
will
we
do
can
my
only use
best.
it once in a day.
Right.
So if you are,
There's just not much that's interesting to report here, but
okay, I'm just saying.
I mean, if you want to hear about it,
all right.
we can set a time every day.
No, I'm just saying. You can talk to me too.
All right.
All right. Bye. Love it.
He lets you out, and there's that moment where he like waits for you to leave, and then you see him kind of grow a bit somber as he shuts the door. It's Tail. Go ahead.
Never mind. I already used the sending stone.
Okay. Tail, you make your way down into the kobold land, and there's no procession this time as you go down the steps, and you kind of have to crawl your way through the caves. And as you do, there's some of the like underling kobolds who see you and they're like, the king, and they like bow as you go through, and you eventually make your way to the throne room where Meepo is kind of directing some stuff, and he sees you and goes,
Oh, my king, you're back.
Oh yeah, I just had something to give to Lin. Where is he?
He's off training some of the other initiates into your magical forces.
Okay,
Yes.
Because I have complete training regimen here, and I want to give to him.
do you hand it to Meepo to...
Oh yeah, and also he has a new title. I know I said Magic Master, but that was just because he just master a magic. That's not cool. So there's person up there who's the
Oh my
title,
God.
the High Arcanist.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
this was going somewhere else.
where do you think?
I thought this was going booyah.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I wouldn't.
That's for goblins.
I know. So they are high arcanists since they are all the way up there, but since he is down here, he shall be just a low arcanist. Low arcanist Lin.
Arcanist down under.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So that title, and yeah.
He takes the training regiment from you and again holds it upside down as he looks it over and goes,
Yeah. This looks good. I'll pass it on.
All right.
like folds it up.
And,
Are you leaving?
Yeah, we
So
are.
soon?
Yeah, we are going to like port city named Farsolis, but
He seems just like
yeah,
doesn't know what you're talking about.
Super far north, lots of cool adventure. But when I come back, I'll tell you what happened.
Oh, more stories.
But
Yeah.
Here are the rest of the small chakram to give to other magic
Just
users.
like put him into his arms and he like fumbles with him for a second. I'll pass these out. And, like, puts them down onto the
Yeah.
like step that the throne's on.
So thank you so much, Meepo. I am glad that you are doing well down here. But yeah, if some kobolds don't want to fight or anything, or they want to live on surface, have them talk to Brilda. She might have job for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Will do. Yeah.
Okay, so take care and don't forget to take care of things here. So goodbye.
And he gives you a nod and then does like a very over exaggerated bow and like lifts his head up and goes,
May you fight valiantly or die an honorable death.
Oh yeah, the first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay.
Go. I leave.
Okay. So you make your way back up. Nimueh and Seven, you guys make it to the Botanica Arcana.
While we're in the bazaar,
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to see if I know that the others are going to take some time. So I'm just going to go and see if I can find like a little stall that might sell like children's toys or something and just get like a little like trinket or something.
Easy enough to do. Is there something specific that you're looking for? There's like a shop that you find that's like it's an older gnomish man who is like woodworking, like wood crafted little like dolls and not mechanical, but you know, things of that nature where there's like little like a horse where it's like you pull the tail and the legs like move type of things.
That, I get that.
Okay. He's like very happy about it, and it's like 10 copper pieces.
I give him 2 silver.
Okay. He's also very happy about that.
Thank you, sir. And then I'll be like, sorry about that, Seven. We can go to the Botanica kind of now.
Totally fine.
Okay. So you step in the door to the Botanica Arcana, and there's kind of that little ding 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 like bell that rings above the door, and the beads pull apart, and Cloud steps out and goes, "Oh, my friends, you're here. Are you ready to leave now? Where are the others?"
Well, they had a few things to do before we headed out. So they're going to meet us here, and then we will be ready to hang out. Sorry to hang out in your hair. It's just...
Oh, that is fine. Feel free to peruse the shop if you have any questions. We have some new items in that you might all be interested in, but it is no hurry, no trouble.
Great, thank you.
Hmm?
I'll look around, see what's what. I don't really have the gold for it, but I'll look.
Okay. He kind of hangs out behind the little glass case that's in front of the beaded door that has like the jewelry and like different rings and circlets and stuff, and is like arranging things in the case, and and eventually, as you're looking, the others, Tail and Nyx, you both make it in.
Hello, everyone ready to go?
Yes.
No? Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes, let's
good.
get going.
Alrighty. Thank you so much again, Cloud, for doing this for us.
Well, I have to thank you all for returning Bartholomew to me.
Oh, yeah.
It was a long time coming, and I'm happy to know he is okay. That went Lorenzo for a second.
A little, yeah.
Well, let's get going.
Well, if you would like, right this way, through the doors back here. Well, the way you came in last time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you all step through the beaded door and into Cloud's office, which is a little bit more organized this time instead of the state of disarray that you had seen it last time. And he leads you into that little side room in his office that has the teleportation circle and begins to trace out the runes to Cloud's tower. And as he finishes, he kind of dusts his hands off and says, "All right, is everybody ready?
Yes, let's get going.
Well, please step into the
Pitter-patter.
circle."
All right.
Step in.
You do, and he mutters a couple words and swirls his hands, and the circle starts to like light up. And again, there's a flash, and that feeling of nausea takes you for just a second as you're like pulled away from the space that you were, and colors and things swirl around your vision, and then you're almost just like thrust into a spot, and you're left standing in a familiar sight of living wooden architecture in the Tower of Bartholomew Whitehand, just outside the city of Midcross. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Crit Seekers. If you've enjoyed what you've heard so far, please consider leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts and Podchaser. If you didn't know, on Podchaser you can leave reviews for single episodes, so if there's one in particular that you really liked, get on there and leave us a review on it so that we know what it was. Check out our Instagram and Twitter handles at Crit Seekers if you want to see more from the gang. New episodes of Crit Seekers air Mondays at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We hope everyone has a wonderful week, and we can't wait to come back at your ear holes next week. Goodbye.